Questions let about professional education. Part 24. Question number 1. In an English class, teacher Kath plays a recorded lecture and students quietly write down the main points. What kind of learning strategy does this represent? Letter A. Interactive learning. Letter B. Problem-based learning. Letter C. Active learning. Letter D. Passive learning. The correct answer is D. Passive learning. In the given situation, the students simply listen to a recorded lecture and take down notes without engaging in any form of discussion or interaction. This indicates that they are only receiving information rather than exploring or analyzing it. Passive learning focuses on the teacher or instructional material as the main source of knowledge, while students remain as recipients who absorb content with minimal participation. The difference of passive and active learning. First, the passive learning. It is the teacher-centered strategies where the teacher serves as the main source of information while students listen, observe, and take notes. While the active learning is a learner-centered strategies where the students are encouraged to participate, think critically, collaborate, and apply what they learn to real-life situations. It is active, interactive, and problem-based learning. Question number 2. Teacher Beth believes that the main purpose of education is to prepare students to actively participate in improving their community. In her class, students discuss current social problems such as inequality and environmental destruction. If you were to describe Teacher Beth's educational belief based on Brameld's theory, what would it emphasize most? Letter A. Education as a means to reconstruct society. Letter B. The mastery of essential skills and subjects. Letter C. The cultivation of reason through great ideas of the past. Letter D. The development of individual self-expression. The correct answer is A. Education as a means to reconstruct society. Theodore Brameld was an American philosopher in the year 1904 to 1987. He was known as the founder of Reconstructionism. It is an educational philosophy that views education as a tool for creating social change. He believed that schools should not only teach knowledge and skills but also help solve social problems such as inequality, injustice, and environmental issues. For Brameld, education's ultimate goal is to rebuild and improve society by preparing students to become active, responsible citizens. From the situation of Teacher Beth, her approach reflects Brameld's Reconstructionist philosophy. By allowing her students to discuss real-world issues like social inequality and environmental destruction, she is encouraging them to think critically and participate in addressing community problems. This shows that she views education as a means to promote awareness, responsibility, and action, which perfectly embodies Brameld's beliefs. Question number 3. Teacher Lorna notices that one of her high school students often talks to himself, laughs without reason, and claims to hear voices that others cannot hear. The student also shows disorganized thoughts and behaviors. Based on these symptoms, what condition might the student be experiencing? Letter A. Depression. Letter B. Schizophrenia. Letter C. Bipolar disorder. Letter D. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or ADHD. The correct answer is B. Schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a severe mental disorder characterized by disturbances in thinking, perception, emotions, and behavior. Individuals with this condition may experience hallucinations such as hearing voices that others cannot, delusions, disorganized speech or thoughts, and unusual behaviors. In the question, the student's actions was talking to himself, laughing without reason, hearing voices, and showing disorganized thoughts is clearly reflect these symptoms. These signs indicate a break from reality, which is the characteristics of schizophrenia. Question number 4. When writing instructional objectives, Teacher Jones specifies who will perform the task, What behavior is expected, under what condition, and to what degree? Which principle in objective writing is she applying? Letter A, ABCD model. Letter B, SMART principle. Letter Circa OBE framework. Letter D, taxonomy of objectives. The correct answer is letter A. ABCD model is a framework for writing clear and measurable learning objectives. It stands for audience, behavior, condition, and degree. First is the audience. It describes who will perform the task. Second is the behavior, where it represents what the learner will do. Third is the condition. It specifies the circumstances under which the task occurs. And fourth is the degree. It indicates how well the task must be performed. This model comes from Robert F. Mager. From the situation, teacher Joan is applying the ABCD model. Because she specifies who will perform the task, what behavior is expected, under what condition, and lastly to what degree. By following this principle, her instructional objectives become specific, measurable, and easier to evaluate, ensuring that learning outcomes are clear and achievable. Question number 5. Teacher Ryan divides his students into groups but gives no clear task or shared goal. Each student ends up working alone on different parts without interaction. What is being violated? Letter A, self-paced learning. Letter B, reflective learning. Letter C, collaborative learning. Letter D, mastery learning. The correct answer is letter C. Collaborative learning. It is when students work together toward a shared goal, interacting, sharing ideas, and supporting each other's learning. This situation encourages teamwork, communication, and deeper understanding through group cooperation. In the scenario, teacher Ryan divides students into groups but gives no clear task or shared goal. As a result, students work alone, which violates the principles of collaborative learning, since true collaboration requires interaction and a common objective. Question number 6. After the Philippines gained independence, the government promoted free public education to ensure that every Filipino child, regardless of status, could go to school. This marked the beginning of true educational equality in the country. During what period did this movement begin? Letter A, Spanish period. Letter B, American period. Letter C, Commonwealth period. Letter D, Republic period. The correct answer is letter D, Republic period. The Republic period in the Philippines began after the country gained independence from the United States on July 4, 1946, which marked the beginning of the Third Philippine Republic. During this time, the government prioritized free and accessible public education for all Filipino children as part of rebuilding the nation and promoting democracy. Educational equality became a key goal, ensuring that every child, regardless of social or economic status, could attend school. The question mentions that after independence, the government promoted free education for all, where it clearly refers to the Republic period, when the Philippines was finally self-governing and focused on making education a right for every Filipino citizen. Question number 7. Teacher Marielle carefully designs lesson plans, selects learning materials, and sets learning objectives aligned with the curriculum standards. Which role of the teacher as a curriculumist is shown? Letter A, implementer. Letter B, planner. Letter C, evaluator. Letter D, innovator. The correct answer is letter B, planner. In the role of a curriculumist, a teacher as a planner is responsible for designing lesson plans, selecting appropriate learning materials, and setting objectives that align with curriculum standards. This role ensures that instruction is organized, purposeful, and meets educational goals. Teacher Marielle is carefully preparing lesson plans, choosing learning resources, and aligning objectives with the curriculum. This demonstrates the planner role because she is focused on the preparation and organization of the curriculum before implementation, ensuring that students receive structured and effective instruction. A teacher as a curriculumist plays a vital role in shaping and enriching the learning process from understanding and planning the curriculum to innovating, implementing, and evaluating it for sustained educational excellence. 7 roles of a teacher as a curriculumist. First is the knower. A teacher's role to understand the curriculum's goals, content, and philosophy to provide direction and purpose in teaching. Second is the writer. A teacher's role to develops or adapts lesson plans, instructional materials, and learning guides aligned with curriculum standards. Third is the planner. A teacher's role to organizes learning objectives, teaching activities, and assessments to ensure coherent and effective instruction. Fourth is the initiator. A teacher's role to leads in introducing new ideas, programs, or approaches that enhance teaching and learning. Fifth is the innovator. A teacher's role to designs and applies creative strategies, methods, or technologies to make learning engaging and relevant. Sixth is the implementer. A teacher's role to carries out the curriculum in the classroom through effective teaching and learning facilitation. Seventh is the evaluator. A teacher's role to assesses the success of instruction, student outcomes, and curriculum implementation to guide continuous improvement. Question number 8. Teacher Sally uses a 50-item multiple-choice quiz to determine how much her students understood from the topic. What process is this? Letter A. Testing. Letter B. Evaluation. Letter C. Measurement. Letter D. Assessment. The correct answer is letter A. Testing. Testing is the process of using a tool, like a quiz, to collect data on students' knowledge or skills. In this situation, the 50-item multiple-choice quiz used by Teacher Sally serves as the instrument to assess understanding, making it an example of testing. The testing, measurement, evaluation, and assessment are interconnected components of the learning process. First, the testing involves administering quizzes, exams, or tasks to gather information about what students know or can do. Second is the measurement, which it follows testing, like converting the results into scores or numerical data that quantify learning. Third is the evaluation which interpret these measurements to judge the effectiveness of instruction and determine whether learning goals have been achieved. Finally, the assessment is the overall process that encompasses all three, using the collected information to monitor, guide, and improve both teaching and student learning outcomes. Question number 9. After a discussion, Teacher Anne asks students to demonstrate how to solve a word problem on the board. Which of Gagné's events does this best illustrate? Letter A. Assessing performance. Letter B. Eliciting performance. Letter C. Providing feedback. Letter D. Enhancing retention and transfer. The correct answer is eliciting performances. From the Gagné's 9 events of instruction, the eliciting performance refers to giving learners the opportunity to demonstrate or practice what they have learned. This helps the teacher see if students can apply the knowledge or skills in real situations. In the scenario when Teacher Anne asks students to solve a word problem on the board, which allows them to actively show their understanding and skills. This is a clear example of eliciting performance, because the students are performing what they have learned. Question number 10. Teacher Clarice designs a lesson combining math and science concepts, asking students to measure plant growth after adding fertilizer. Which RBEC feature is demonstrated? Letter A. Reflective learning. Letter B. Spiral progression. Letter C. Integrated curriculum. Letter D. Collaborative teaching. The correct answer is letter C. Integrated curriculum. An integrated curriculum is a teaching approach where concepts from two or more subject areas are combined into a single lesson or activity. This allows students to see the connections between disciplines and apply their learning in a more meaningful and real-world context. In the scenario, teacher Clarice combines math, which is measuring growth, and a science, which is a plant growth and fertilizer effects, in one lesson. This clearly demonstrates an integrated curriculum, as students are learning concepts from multiple subjects simultaneously and applying them in a practical experiment.